legacy of a big tree, a tree that could not fall in the forest without pushing down other shrubs. At this moment, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to have one of his grandchildren to speak on behalf of all his grandchildren. If his grandchildren like to speak tonight, even for 2 minutes, we'll sleep here, so we'll just have one person to speak on behalf of all the grandchildren. We are going to be a little bit fast. Immediately after we hear that, we are going to hear a speech from the Ndong Awi, our brothers and sisters from Awi. That will be followed by opening, a speech from Makura DMB. Immediately Makura DMB is finishing, they are going to do what we call opening of the cry dad. That will be followed by some other speeches and cultural display. So please, I reiterate, if you come to the microphone, we are going to be very, very brief. We are not trying to be impolite. We just want to catch up with the many activities we have tonight. So at this moment, we'll call on Son Brother. If we participate by listening, these people are going to be very fast in talking.
Long fighter, and he has been for a year and 1 week. There is a time to laugh, and there's a time to cry. There's a time to be born, and there's a time to die. And it was Joseph's time to die. My grandpa taught me many things. He taught me how to add, subtract, multiply, and many other things. But he mostly taught me how to be godly. And now that he is gone, it feels like a stab in my heart. But there's one thing we all know, that he is in good hands with God.
Let's put our hands together for this beautiful little lady with this beautiful little voice, eulogizing his granddad like no other person would have done better. We thank you very much. Nobody could have said it better. Put it in the words of the Ecclesiasticus. There is a time to live and there is a time to die. She recognizes and acknowledges the fact that it was time for Grandpa to die. That is a means for us to meet our Creator. Grandpa is with our Creator, hoping someday we will join him. So at this moment, I'll call on the representative from Ndong Awi to give us a brief speech. Makuda president or representative should be getting ready. Immediately they finish the speech from Makuda, we are going to have opening of the cry die. Those who are in charge, get ready. Thank you very much.
Good evening. On behalf of the president who happens not to be here, I want to thank the family for inviting Nagda and Ndong to celebrate Pa. I happened to be in class 3 when Pa taught me. So 2 years ago we celebrated Pa and honored him at one of our meetings. So very happy to be here on behalf of Nagda to say thank you to the family. Thank you for the relationship that we have with Mbahnkoralah. We call it Mbahnkoralah. So Victor and the family were here to support you, and we are happy that Awin and Mbahnkoralah and the two funds are good friends. So we thank you for letting us to be part of your event. Thank you.
Thank you so very much. Let's put our hands together for him. Thank you for your brief and wonderful words to the family. So, being the dynamic human beings we are going to have a little adjustment to our program. I see to my left beautiful clad women dressed in royal blue, no, sky blue I think. They are the CWA women. They are going to give us a beautiful display here tonight. It's going to be brief. So the CWA women, the floor is yours.
Yanda selele, yanda selele, yanda selele, yanda oh, yanda selele, yanda selele, yanda, 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 yanda selele. yanda swelele, yanda swelele, yanda swelele, yanda oh, yanda swelele, yanda swelele, yanda swelele, yanda swelele, yanda swelele, yanda swelele, yanda oh, yanda swelele, was a Christian, a very strong one. And some of the things that I gathered about his life, he was a very selfless man. He was very humble, had a generosity of spirit beyond comprehension, and he had faith, hope, and love. But the greatest gift that he had was love and the ability to bring people together despite cultural differences, racial differences, or whatever kind of difference you can name. So with that said, I'm going to call on family, brotherhood to come out and do their display in honor of this wonderful man. Family, brotherhood. I hear you are big, not only by numbers, but in action and in fashion, I guess.
Thank you. Family, guys, let's come out. Let's come on stage, please. Every member of family, if you are in this hall, please come out. Our senior brother, Sir Tom Amibank, please. Thank you. Please, if you are a family member and you are seated in this hall, please come out. Okay, may I have your attention, ladies and gentlemen? Umami them and papa them, will chief them, will the back say, they're gonna give you ears, and also more than not cut about those listen small. This is family, one of the greatest fraternity here in the United States. Some of us have been staking on behalf of family over the course of a couple of years, but we have the younger generation of family, and it is time for that young generation to be able to represent us in addressing this crowd as some of us will grow old. So, I'm going to call on my young brother, Tembe Boma. Please, come. This is your time. So take the mic and I give it to you, my brother.
Thank you, big bro. Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, this is family right here. And we're here today because of, I'm not going to call him a family member, my own father, my own big brother, Pa Victor Take, because I'm seeing this is the truth of who you are. Whatever our father was, you related it to some of us, the younger generation. And I want to pray that you continue like this. You did not lose him alone. Family has lost a great man.
That's right.
Family has lost a great man. Just from what has been said here today. And I pray that we all emulate his footsteps, what you're doing today. From what he was, I'm seeing it in you too. Familial is a good group. It's a good fraternity. It's that place where you want to belong. Less than a year ago, I was here too. For my mom, he was here. I don't know what I can say to you. I know you can't grieve as much as you can grieve because a lot of people here that don't know the finality of death until it attends to you. We might be here today enjoying, you're laughing, but the grief will come afterwards. When you will not have that person to call and say, Papa, this is what is happening. But just to let you know, family is always there for you.
Yes, sir.
Family is going to be always there for you. You have older people there. When you can't reach him, you can call on my father right there next to you, Pa Tom, and say, yes, Pa. You can call on Tungfo. You can call on my brother right there. My another brother right there, Batiwono, Uncle Batiwono. So, and this is what family is all about. This is what family is all about. When I lost my mom and I came back, I saw what they did to me. And that is the same thing that is going to happen to you. Despite how old you are, this group will always stand, will always be your six, will always have your back, no matter what you're going through. Just so you know. So I just want to say this, and please, DJ, we have this mantra, this song that Pa Victor, I just want you to stand right there so we can know. Standing right there doesn't mean you're the man at the moment, but standing right there means, yes, let's make a circle. Standing right there doesn't mean you're the man at the moment, but standing right there means you're the man of concern. You're gonna take a lot after your father. You have to stand up. You have to be that father in the family. So I'm gonna ask on the DJ to give us the song that I told you about, and this is what we'll do together, okay? All right, thank you. When the world must come together, pretending day by day, 'cause I know somewhere soon it will change. We are God's great big family, and the truth, you know, love is all we need. We are the truth.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. We are the world. We are the ones to make this place a better place for you and me. Pam made it a better place for so many. He made it a better place for his children. He made it a better place for his community. He leaves behind a legacy, a great legacy. Thank you very much for me. So at this time, we are going to hear a word from Mbahnkoralah MD. Please, let's put our hands for this dynamic and beautifully dressed gentleman standing in front of me. Clap for the President of Mbahnkoralah USA. Put our hands together for him, please. Let's put our hands together for the President of Mbahnkoralah UMD.
Good morning, your honorable, notable, brothers and sisters, ladies and gentlemen. We are very happy to have you all today here to celebrate the life of our hero, Mbahnkoralah Alot. He is a model. Someone we have to emulate at all time in our community. This man has been a great man, a community builder. If Mbahnkoralah is what it is today, he has contributed a lot. I myself, he taught me when I was in class 1. He built a lot of schools. Even when he was here, with his condition, when we have fundraising, even though he was not himself, this man would come out here and help the community raise funds to build Mbahnkoralah. So he's a great loss to our community. We want to thank you all for the love that you have shown to us, all the group that have come here today to celebrate his life. We appreciate all your presence. We pray that we continue with this love, show this love to each other. This is what we call life in community. Without saying, I'm going to end here. A lot has been said about our hero. Pray that the good Lord that brought everyone here today should bring you back home safely. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. President. Can we give him a hand of applause, please? So at this point, there will be the official opening of the cry dive. Are you guys ready?
it. If there is any Mbahnkoralah man in this hall, he should not doubt what we are doing. This is not done with a Mbahnkoralah son or daughter siret. Mobu ma Mbahnkoralah ni chop chop chiche o ma mangwet ma benen o ani boy to para law. Because I think down who go to shake.
Ekwe Royal Society, the Funds Council, and all traditional protocol respected. The Mbahnkoralah Alot family, community, good evening or good morning. Here was the youngest member of the Funds Council. This particular month have seen two of our youngest members transition to eternity, and rightfully so, because they were the youngest. The Funds Council is here tonight, joined by our brothers from Ekwe and all of you, to celebrate a heroic life. Ba was a peacemaker. He was a father. He was one of those personalities you could talk to at a point in your life that everything was going wrong and you would find eternal peace. So we are learning from what past life was, all of us, imperfect as we are. Tonight we are learning from him. I'm very happy to celebrate his life. We are not here mourning, we are celebrating a heroic life. And it is a time for all of us to reflect on our own selves. We know that looking at all the children and the grandchildren and all of the family members that are here and you, the Mbahnkoralah community, indeed was an Iroko, and rightfully so. So we want to tell the family that all the villages represented in the Funds Council, through my humble voice, stands with them and with the entire Mbahnkoralah community as we celebrate Ba's life. Ba was not only your Ba, he was Ba to many of us. He was a brother to many of us. He was a grandfather to many of us. And tonight, his story will not end, because in each and every one of you, Ba's little story is written. And as we lay Ba to rest in the coming days, we pray that may his spirit join the heavenly realms to intercede for us. I will at this juncture call our brothers from Ekwe to join me on the table on this floor, because a life like this deserves that kind of celebration, and we are humbled to have you here tonight.
Let's give them a round of applause as they join him to the table, ladies and gentlemen. This is royalty.
For us to join this family to celebrate the life of a great man. There are certain things that we can't talk here in the hall, but when I look at my left hand as an Ekwe man, we will understand that Pa did a great job. I saw the kids, the grandkids came here to celebrate his life. We are here as members of Ekwe. Ekwe is a very great Royal Society from Manu Division, Calabar, Cuba, Brazil, Guinea-Bissau, and many other countries in the world. Pa has has been one of our best friends. We met in several occasions, especially during the Mbahnkoralah Festival. We are always there with Pa. There's something that happened when the Pa was talking in his native dialect and did not know that I understand everything he was saying. So I called Pa and told him that when we want to unite, there are certain things that we let them go. Pa said, my son, I've been a teacher, and that's how we should build a community. So we've come here to celebrate the life of Pa, and we are happy that Pa is actually leaving us behind with a great friend, Victor Chake, who is part of us, and as our tradition requires, we can't come here and go without doing what we call in Mbahnkoralah we give something, so you take and make one widow or widows so they can use to wash the clothes that they were tumbling on the ground when Pa died. So on behalf of FPA DC and FPA USA, we actually present our sincere condolences for the passing away of a great man, quite a great man. Thank you very much. So I will leave this, then one of the disabled will
Chop the board. Hey J. Man, they want to make us. Where man you said Jerry. I just said Jerry. Hey J. Chop the board. Come on, Tommy.
Thank you, Sister Kwebini. We are here for this great man. So what we don't put down here is for the college. I will explain that when we meet behind. Yes, take it. So, Sister
it's on Soba J. I'm going Soba J. I forgot to buy Soba J. Jabario, Mutama. The boy.
Erena, thank you so much for the Esala Newo on behalf of Alot's family. Thank you.
Within the Egbe community, it's a cultural display, it's a blend of culture, it's a cultural manifestation celebrating the life of a great man. What else is there in this life? If on that day you go and you have this crowd celebrating and saying all good things about you. It's not uncommon to say good things about somebody who has transcended and joined his ancestor. But past life is truly a legacy which need not be told, we all can see. At this moment, I'm going to pass over to my co-MC, who is going to run the program for the next 10 minutes or so in my absence, while I take a break and do some technical activities at the background. Those of us who have many cultural caps, and I've not yet won that cap, I'm not qualified to introduce the Subi dance, so I'm going to crave on the indulgence of Mbetazi to introduce to us the dance which is coming. Mbetazi, if you hear my prophet voice, you have the microphone.
Your Royal Majesties, members of the Funds Council, we are about to have a very, very exhilarating performance from all the way from Oku. The Subi dance is a dance that is presented, that shows up only when funds attend an event. And so, ladies and gentlemen, get ready to witness a presentation of Subi.
Subi dance, the floor is yours. Thank you. Thank you very much, Subinas. Thank These are queen mothers and princesses. By culture, talking will warrant you to go to the palace. to their hidings. He is the light of my village. He is envied by his mate, loved by his people, feared by his enemies. There is no other person but His Royal Majesty Nayen, full of wisdom, blessed with intelligence, kind-hearted, loving, caring, blessed by abundant natural resources. At this moment, ladies and gentlemen, let's put our hands together for His Royal Majesty Nayen. Let's clap for His Royalty, for His Royal Highness Nayen. The fund does not stand and we sit. The palace is never up while we are seated. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have to listen only for this 1 minute at this particular moment, if this is the only minute you have to spare at this occasion, it is very, very important. We will need your undivided attention at this moment. I don't need to say it any better than I've said. Thank you so very much. Your Majesty, you have the microphone.
May you be seated, please. Your Royal Majesties, the chiefs, the Earthquake Society, the Mafos, members of the Performance Council, and all other protocol duly respected. This is a very solemn moment for me to address you tonight. I stand here today as the son of Mbahnkoralah and the man we are celebrating his life today will never be forgotten. Pa Alot Ngwana, as was called, was one of the first civil servants in the village of Mbahnkoralah. He was a teacher, and in those days, teachers were given prefix before their name. So he was called Teacher Alot Ngwana. And that Teacher Alot Ngwana was a very big, was more than a PhD at the time. Pa taught for many years. He created the corpus of primary schools in Mbahnkoralah. He was the member of the BDU, Mbahnkoralah Development Organization, which was later transformed to Makuda. And Pa was a developer. We are not here today to count the number of children that Pa has, because we cannot count them. Pa was a teacher and educated each and every child, whether you are Mbahnkoralah or not. They are all his children. That's why they're here today. I'm just proud because if a father deliver his children and play his role as a parent and later transition, we can summarize that Pa accomplished his mission on earth. There is no child of Pa that will be a burden to to this community. Rather, they are resources for us. When Pa came to the United States, you will not know whether he was a teacher. You will not know whether he's a pastor. And you don't know whether he's a father. Because you come to the house, you see him teaching the grandchildren. When you go to the Village Baptist Church, Pa was the preacher. So, Pa was a member of...
Your Royal Majesty, I'm sorry I have to disturb you, but I need to bring quiet, absolute, total quiet in this hall. When royalty speaks, the least we can do is give maximum and total respect. Please remain quiet. If a pin drops, we should be able to hear it. Your Majesty, please, you can proceed.
Thank you. Pa, being a member of the Village Baptist Church in Mitchellville, did not forget where he came from. Pa left the village. It's unfortunate we don't have a projector in the house. The church where he was preaching in the village was very dusty, built of mud. His roof were falling, and it was not more up to 5 to 10 meters in length. But Pa used his diplomacy, his wisdom, his intelligence. Got pictures and videos from the village and projected that on the projector in the Village Baptist Church. That's how Pa was able to have some donations from Village Baptist Church to construct the first and more lasting Baptist church in Mbahnkoralah. It was this that attracted the attention of the palace. That in those days, when somebody goes to the war and bring the head of somebody, cut somebody's head and bring to the palace, you are given the red feather. But Pa traveling to America and tapping into the system and taking it back home to build a church like what we're living in now for the community. This earned him the title of Mbahnkoralah, which means the builder, the constructor, or we can give you any appellation. So Pa is here as a notable of Mbahnkoralah. You will ask me, how can you give a pastor a title in the palace? Yes. Pa was able to merge tradition and religion, and he worked so well. I want to thank you so very much for coming to celebrate with us, and that he will never be forgotten. And I also want to take this time to thank my Ekwe community here in the DMV for coming, because the way Ekwe associates with the Funds Council, I wish this relationship should teach other people some morals. So we are so happy for the Ekwe. So we should continue to celebrate Pa's life, and Pa will be buried in his native town of Mbahnkoralah in a couple of days to come. And I want to assure you that the gods are waiting for him. You will hear no trouble about his funeral back home. It will be as solemn as we have it here. All those boys back home, they are under control. And the palace will play their role to give him a befitting burial. Thank you all. We have a lot of Uber drivers in house. If you feel that you have taken a little bit more, please just signal the palace and you have a free ride, Uber ride back to your home. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mbe. So I don't know how we can beat that. They said it all, and they say nobody speaks after the chief. I'm just speaking because I'm an MC, that's all. So, at this time, Makuda women.
matengwe. Chite bojole miananga chindowe. Bojole. Chite bojole miananga chindowe. Chite bojole ponganjoe. Chite bojole ponganjoe. Chite bojole ndonga winge. Chite bojole miananga chindowe. Chite bojole ebe. Chite bojole famille. Chite bojole miananga chindowe. Chite bojole miananga As you've been hearing about Alot, stands for education. Education of the child. It doesn't matter whose child it is. He wants you to have education. Because they say you should teach a child how to fish. You should not give them fish. If you teach them how to fish, you're giving them fish for the rest of their life. Education is near and dear to my heart. And I'm going to call on Pa's daughter to come and present the Educational Foundation in honor of this great man. Hello? You ready for the mic?
To get the school to be consumed by the government. He wanted the school to be successful at all costs. After about 36 years when Pa finished teaching, he went back to open another school still on his own land. And he thought he ran that school for another 4 years. And today it's another middle school. And we sat together as a family and we thought that for us to keep Pa's legacy, for us to make his name what he has always kept for the past years, we decided to open a foundation. And this foundation today, we are just announcing that we have decided to honor our father by starting up a foundation with $1,000 US. And the $1,000 US has been contributed by people who heard about it and said, this is a great initiative, and so let's start something. The family is here to announce a launching for the foundation, which is going to be big. We are going to give education to those children that do not have that opportunity to go to school. We are going to give education to those that have the intelligence, the smartness to go to school, but they are limited financially. And so this foundation is not going to be run just by past children alone. We are going to make sure that those who are interested in raising children, helping them to get better education, can contribute in whichever way they do so want to. And so at this point we think that, as the Majesty rightly said, The title you gave to our father was not in vain. And because today he is no more, we do not think that our father is gone. We still have him, and we want to keep his legacy. We will keep that legacy throughout his generation, from now till when we think the generation will continue forever. And so at this time, we want to thank each and every one of you that during the launching, if you so hear from us or you get an invite, please come out in your numbers to help us, and we would make sure that the children, not only in Mbahnkoralah, even in the villages where Pa taught there, will be given education. No matter how little it is, we will make sure that we do our best. And so we decided to launch, and that foundation, the Alot Foundation, is hereby announced and would be launched in a later date. Thank you so much.
Let's put our hands together for this foundation. Teach me, I may forget. Involve me, and I will understand. If you want to understand how these functions get involved, I've just been pinched by a couple of people who are so moved. Don't take the banner yet. Just hold on, hold on. I've been touched. I've been hinted by somebody who is so touched by this. Education is the key. It is the magical key that will bridge the gap between the rich and the poor. It is the light of the community. It is the light of the world. It makes a change in their life. It makes changes in the world. That is what Pa did. That is what his children wants to continue. And one of his grandson, one of his son, I beg your pardon, is so touched he has a few words to say to add to that. After he says this, if you are moved or if you think you have to support this foundation, you know the correct channels to pass through. Immediately after this launch of the foundation, we are going to have the full dance. The full dance is going to be followed by Mukom from Mbahnkoralah. So I'm going to quickly pass over the microphone to Prince Jumbo. And let's put your hands together for him. Put your hands together for him.
Hello. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for coming. My dad, for this foundation, I'm going to support with $2,000.
We thank you so very much. May God replenish your source. May God bless you. That is the way to go. Education is the key. It opens all magical doors. Let's educate our brothers and sisters. Let's grow our community. That was Pa's vision. Let's keep the flame burning. The candles here are going to continue to burn to represent his legacy. As we see it burning and giving light, that is how light is going to come to our community, and it will be extended to all other communities. Thank you so very much. Like I said, if you feel moved to do something to this foundation, you know the right partners to do that. I'm going to continue with my co-MC. Outside you can hear my voice. It's been a wonderful evening for you and I this evening.
Yes, it is.
You've been so dynamic.
Thank you.
What a privilege to work with a beautiful and smart lady like you.
Thank you.
I feel honored. So I call on the full group. The full group, if you are ready. Like we said, it is a cultural display. It's a blend of culture from the south to the north to the east. We have seen variety. We've heard from ladies. We've watched them perform. We've heard from men. We've watched them perform. DJ, the food is getting ready. Give them a musical interlude.
Mama Jude, Mama Deborah number 2, Mange, GM Malafi, Papa Nambo, GM Malacha, the Papa Nambo. an unrivaled loving father and family leader, an active leader and school administrator, a religious and committed community leader. Thank you for showing us an example.
Thank you, Mr. DJ. At this time, we're going to have the Mokom dance. And I'm not sure if I'm qualified to call them there to speak, but I'm hoping that you will forgive me if I'm not qualified. I'm looking for His Royal Highness Be Ganjo from Giron.
Good morning. If you are not quiet, I will not talk. All right. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I did not intend to speak this morning, tonight, but given who Mbahnkoralah was, I think it's just noteworthy that I should say something. Pa was humble, gentle, loving, very kindly, simple. I remember when I lost my mom, this man who was not working mobilized his entire family. I said his entire family. Him and all his children, they surprised us in one of the evenings. Condole with us. They brought food and an envelope of over $500. Pa comforted us. Pa prayed for us. And Pa told me what it means to lose a mom. So all what I can say is that this man that we today celebrate, there is no doubt that he is in the bosom of the Lord. There is no doubt. So what I can tell the children, what I can tell the family, please celebrate your dad. He is in the right place. He is of the Lord. May his soul rest in peace. Amen.
Thank you, Mbe. So we're going to call on the Mokom dance. They told me I can't come into the room where they're preparing, so I'll just stand by the door. I promise.
come on. John Joy. John Joy, come on. John Joy. John Joy. Hey, hold it.
Majesties, notables, all protocol duly respected, on behalf of the entire Ngwana family, we are more than later this evening with your support, despite your tight schedule, to come out and celebrate the life of our father, Mbahnkoralah. I know our father, he is happy wherever he is right now with what we've done tonight. The good Lord that brought us here should take us back home safely, to our respective home safely. And I want to say that as we continue to prepare for his final resting place in Cameroon in the days ahead, continue to pray for the entire family here and back home, so that Mbahnkoralah should have a befitting burial with no hitches. Thank you all for coming to show us the love, the strength, the solidarity tonight for the celebration of a great man, a hero, who was known not only in the community of Mbahnkoralah, but was somebody who had a slide up on the mountain to show it to everybody who was on his way. I won't take much of your time, but I want to tell you words cannot appreciate or thank you for the support you've given us tonight. And I say the good Lord will replenish and will continue to bless you all as we go back tonight. Thank you all for coming. Have a safe trip back home and pray for the family as we program to lay Mbahnkoralah Joseph to his resting place in Mbahnkoralah in Cameroon in the days ahead. Thank you all for coming.
Can we give him a round of applause, please? It's not easy to make a speech when you're grieving, so I truly appreciate all of you for everything that you've done tonight. And I appreciate the family for letting us share your father with you. One thing has been resonating in my head. In church, they talked about Pa. He was a very humble man. He was very selfless. He was very generous. He was quiet, but he was a warrior. And he took his children to God. So, he has passed the baton to all of you, all of Pa's children, and really to all of us, because we learn from one another. So my challenge to each and every one of us here is that we choose one aspect of Pa's life that we can emulate and we can transfer to our own children, to our own families. And we also live our life in a way that when we're not here tomorrow, the people who will be talking about us will have things to say that others would admire or others would want to emulate. At this point, I'm going to call on Mr. DJ. You have the floor from now. Give us some music. I thank you all for coming on behalf of the family, and I wish you a safe trip back to your various destinations.
Oh,
Yes,
Jesus Christ, the book of us now. Governor colors are causing name, one of them was us now, new for you. Color gas and the window. You may say you kill the land or you sasu. You say good things, I'm going to do. Amen.
Let's go.
and the family. It's one family tonight.
I'm savon ya bilamba na kei na kop bayebisi na sukola bilamba na ngai na savon savon ya kokamwa savon ya bilamba kuna levi bilenge mpe basukali bilamba na bango na savon